critical theme in society, what women want. Clearly this is something that men have been pondering about since the beginning of time. Now, despite what you might think, it's not the madmen who are finding the answer. I believe it's the math men, like my kind of slightly geeky data PhD colleague, John Larvick. Now you might be kind of critical and wonder, how could the data geeks possibly know what women want? The reason is that women, like everyone, have gone online, right? So, to socialize, to search, to shop, to learn, to stay up to date. We women do many, many crazy things online, right? And that creates what we call big data, what a lot of people refer to as big data. Now, this term has kind of been thrown around so many times, but essentially what it means is that by analyzing what people do online, you can find out what they want, men and women. But instead of standing here and sort of speaking theoretically about big data, what I want to do is give one key example about how media companies can use data to give me what I want, one woman, right? So I've chosen to use time.com. Now, I've chosen Time because I love Time. They've got great content, and I've been a subscriber for many, many years. But when I go to time.com, just like when I go to many, many media sites, I see a fantastic opportunity to use audience data to engage me more as a user, and also to drive more digital revenue. So let's take a look. No matter what device I go to time.com on, they should know it's me coming back. And whether I'm logged in or not, they should be able to tell that I'm a subscriber. So, when you see up here, they don't actually have to promote a subscription to me. I'm already a subscriber, so I'm going to remove that piece. They should also know that I had the print edition delivered to my house a few days before I went to the site, so they don't have to promote that to me either. So I'm going to remove that. Being a subscriber, those articles don't have to be locked for me, because Time should know that I have access to that. And maybe they can kind of mark them as premium content, but for now I'm going to remove that too. So next up, I live in Oslo, Norway, and of course a few weeks before I'd been looking to book a hotel to come here to New York City, but I'd already booked it by this point, so this kind of retargeting ad became irrelevant, so I'm going to remove that too. Next up, I'm not personally that interested in the US stock market, so this section up the top here, I'm going to take away as a little bit irrelevant content for me. Now, I have to admit, I secretly like cat videos, probably like you all secretly like cat videos, right? But even I don't want to watch them on my desktop, you know, in an open plan office while all my colleagues can laugh at Lauren again watching the cat videos, right? So I would rather watch them on my mobile phone, on the train on the way home, or maybe when I'm lying on the couch with a tablet, right? So I have to say goodbye to the kitty here as well. Now, being a New Zealander living in Oslo, US manufacturing job stories are not super interesting. So the steel story down here, I'm going to get rid of that one. And although I am interested in US politics, I'm not that interested in Joe Biden especially, right? So here, I'm going to keep the election story, but I'm going to get rid of the Joe Biden. Now, at this point, you think I'm probably the least interesting person in the entire world. She's not interested in anything. She's so boring, right? But that's not true. I like global sport, very interesting for me. So this great video of Time, this is fantastic content for me, where in under 3 minutes I can watch the entire New York City Marathon. That is the kind of video that I would click on, even if it was during the daytime when I was at work and I should have been working, right? Next up, I'm interested in technology. So 6 things to know about the iPhone 6. I would click on that. I'm interested in it. I want to read it. Travel, avid travel fan. I love reading about travel and dreaming about where I should be instead of at work watching cat videos. So why not promote a different magazine for me, a different subscription, Travel and Leisure. Next up, I went to University of Washington, DC. So a story on the Redskins name is probably something I would read. It's interesting for me. I have 2 children, so I have to be a little bit interested in kids. So why you're better off with a hard-working child than a smart one? Very good. Next up, I live in Oslo, Norway, as I said, so you know, why not put the Oslo Stock Exchange information up here instead of New York Stock Exchange? Makes sense, right? And finally, while I'm in New York City, I hope to buy this iPhone 6 if I can get my hands on one. So, add iPhone 6. That's most relevant for me. I'm going to click on it, right? This is the kind of thing that Cxense technology provides, and we work with media companies around the world to deliver. So to round up, back to the story at hand, this site is the perfect version of time.com for me at that particular moment. But it's not the perfect version for you or for you or for you, right? Because we're all different. We all have different interests. We all sort of want the same, maybe breaking news, but there's content around it to make it more engaging and to make me spend more time on the site. Personalization is required, and we think this is the future. So to round up, what do women want? I promised I would tell you, so listen up, guys. Women want you to know what they want without having to tell you. Thank you very much.